Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the newest Pixar film, Turning Red. And with all that said, let's get started, so roll that intro. So yeah guys, like I just said, welcome back to another video, and we're going to be reviewing Turning Red today. Last time we reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog 2, just trying to get it there, and there will be a Batman review coming out soon, and also Doctor Strange. Very excited for them too. But if you are not sure what Turning Red is about a young girl who ends up turning into a red panda whenever she gets excited, which is practically always. And this film had to go straight to Disney Plus. That is sad, but it happened. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with Lightyear, and it's not looking like it's gonna anyway. So yeah, with all that said guys, let's start talking about the good. Now the thing that comes to mind here is that its animation is absolutely stunning. This is so amazing, and I cannot stop looking at it. The colours, the characters, the way the characters move, wonder what, the FPS and everything, it is amazing. It runs so smooth, and you are able to feel like you're right there, and you're able to feel like you're in that moment, and it does not stop. The whole film looks stunning, and it never ever goes off, and it never looks bad, it never looks horrible. It looks beautiful at all times, and you can just see from just one little clip how much effort Pixar put into their animation, and it is stunning. But talking about the actual film, so the film is it's the newest Pixar film, and recently Pixar films haven't been that great. They've just been going down a little bit, I feel, and this one isn't really able to pick up on that, but it's able to pick up its humour just a little bit. Its humour is not cringy, it's really good, and it actually is funny for once. I find that humour is just never funny in these sort of films, but it actually is in this one, and there are certain characters who you get a laugh out of every now and then. And another thing is that this film is very upbeat. It's constantly jumping around, and it's happy, and it is such a light-hearted adventure that has a message, and it's fun. It is a really fun film to watch, and it's not like, if someone chose to watch this film, I would suggest maybe watching something else, but I am happy to watch this film. Although I'm not the biggest fan of it, it's still fine. It's still a good film. Another thing that comes to mind here is that also this film is got a lot of girl power, and I like that because they don't do that often. They should do it so much more, and I really like that. I think it's good, and I am happy that they did that. And this film is also completely made by women, which is cool. I like that. That's really cool. And that is great. That's another great thing as well. And like I said, with the humour is never cringy, but you can also relate to some of them things in it. You can just relate to a few things in there. I'm not going to point everything out because there's quite a lot, but you can relate to a lot of things in there. When either if you are that age right now, or if you were when you were that age, you can relate to it. Whether you are a male or a female, you can both relate to them sort of things. But with all that said, let's move on to the mixed aspects. Now, honestly, there isn't anything to say about the mixed things, so let's move on to the bad. Now, I do want to say I didn't like this film in any way. I don't really even know where to start, but I do want to say I don't hate this film, I just don't like it, and it's not very rewatchable, and it's just not very, it just doesn't hit the right notes for me. One thing is that this is aimed at teenage girls, and that is it. That isn't a big problem, but when I'm not a teenage girl, and not everybody in the world is a teenage girl, you can't. It's aimed at that age group, and that's it. It's not. There's nothing in there for anyone else really. And I did pick up on that when watching this film, and it's just And also, there wasn't one character in the film that stood out to me and I wanted to see more of. All the characters are just annoying and cringy. And there's not one character that I really liked and really stood out to me. Especially our main character. Within 10 minutes, the character's called Mei Lee. You just cannot, you just think she's annoying, and that just continues. She is incredibly annoying in this film, and this film obviously is about her, and it is very hard to cope with that because it's tricky. It is really, really tricky to watch it, and not any of the other characters are really that likable. And it's really sad to say that about a Pixar film, because Pixar have the greatest characters in the world, like Mike and Sully, Woody and Buzz, Mater and McQueen, Dory and Marlin, or Dory and Nemo, or three of them, everybody. And they fail to do that. They fail to do a lot of things that Pixar's good at. And this film struggles to get its message out there as well. It really, really struggles because it's all round the place and it doesn't know what, it knows what its message is, but it doesn't know how to get it out there. And although it does it in the weirdest way possible. And another thing that comes to mind here is that this film has no villain, which is fine. I have absolutely no problem. The film does not need a villain, but they want a villain. They want a big finale. They want a big final battle. So about an hour in, they set up this. These characters who are going to come in and going to not be the exact villain, but be the threat almost. And then they are for a few minutes. And then it's changed. And then they try to swap it around a little bit. But then it comes to the character who wasn't set up. And then that character is the threat and is the villain in the end. And then you just think, what? Why did you do that? It was working out all fine. And then why? Why did that have to happen? And it's weird. It just doesn't work in any way. And then you've got this big finale. You've got this big final battle, and you're like, whose side are we on almost? That's kind of what's going on, really. And it's very, very strange as well. And also, once they get into the plot and they get into the story and, everything's happening, it doesn't know what to do. They're like, okay, we've done it, but what do we do now? So they do this different plot which just doesn't work very well and it just wastes time, and they could have done something so much better. They could have tried to build in a lot of emotion and make you care about the characters more, but they just decided to do this weird plot, and it's very, very strange. Also, the film's based in 2003, and then they've got memes in it almost. I just thought it was a little weird. But yeah, let's get on to the final thing. So overall, I am going to give this a 4.5 out of 10. It isn't terrible. It's just one of Pixar's worst, but Pixar's amazing. So it's hard to top it. And I appreciate that the people who made it tried, but it just didn't work for me. And if you have Disney Plus, stream it. Don't just get Disney Plus for that, because it's not worth just getting Disney Plus for. But if you have Disney Plus, then stream it. I think this film might come out on Blu-ray at some point, so if you really want to watch it, then do. But it's not really worth it. Just stream it if you can. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. And there are these reviews coming out soon. I'm very excited, but there are some different reviews here that you can watch. There's some little fun ones, you know, about Sonic or Spider-Man or anything like that. And yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.